Greetings and salutations. Today we are delighted to learn Reframe, a reagent framework for writing single-page applications in Clojurescript. In this tutorial, we look at Reframe code. By the end of it, you'll be ready to start coding an app. This example application contains 70 lines of code, and we will look at each one. How very exciting! This app displays the current time in a nice big colorful font, and provides a single text input field into which you can type a hex color code. All you need to run it is Java and line again, as we explained in a previous video. Clone this repo, change into the project directory and type line do clean velour. So, what's just happened? The Clojurescript code has been compiled into JavaScript and loaded into the HTML page we opened. Velour provides for hot reloading, so you can edit the source code and watch the loaded HTML change. The source code is in a single namespace, core.cljs. At the top we require both reagent and reframe. The schema for our application state will be a two-key map with the current time and a color. Reframe uses a vector format for events. The first element in the vector is a keyword which identifies the kind of event. The further elements are optional, and can provide additional data associated with the event. An event could be deleting item 42, or refusing to admit to being Satoshi. Or it could be putting on our pants. How about velour flares? Left leg first, without a belt. To send an event, call dispatch with the event vector as the argument. In this simple example app, a timer event is dispatched every second. The events are placed into a queue to be processed asynchronously. The router inspects the first element of an event vector, and looks for the event handler function which is registered for this kind of event. It then calls that event handler with the necessary arguments. As a Reframe app developer, your job, then, is to write and register an event handler function for each kind of event. Collectively, event handlers provide the control logic in a Reframe application. In this application, three kinds of events are dispatched: initialize, time color change, and timer. 3 events means we'll be registering 3 event handlers. Event handler functions take 2 arguments, co-effects and an event, and they return effects. Conceptually, you can think of co-effects as being the current state of the world. And you can think of event handlers as computing and returning changes. Effects based on the current state of the world and the arriving event. The handler function you provide should expect 2 arguments. DB, the current application state, the value contained in appdb. And V, the event vector that was given to dispatch. Each event handler must compute and return the new state of the application, which means it either returns a modified version of DB, or an unmodified one if there are to be no changes to the state. The application state must be initialized on startup. We want to put a sensible value into appdb, which starts out containing an empty hash map. As we shall soon see, a dispatch initialization will happen early on in the app's life, and we need to write an event handler for it. We set up initial application state with underscores, as placeholders for the parameters that are not important. What it returns becomes the new application state. So the application state will initially be a map with 2 keys. This particular handler function ignores the 2 parameters usually called db and v, and simply returns a map literal, which becomes the application state. Earlier, we set up a timer function to dispatch every second. Here's how we handle it. Very carefully, we destructure the event vector, compute and return the new application state. When the user enters a new color value via the input text box, it will change. So far we have covered dominoes 1 and 2, events and event handlers. We will continue next time with domino 3, effect handlers. Have a wonderful day.